Alright, welcome class. Today we're going to be working with two images to create an exposure effect in the applications Photoshop Mix and Adobe Spark Post. First off, I'm going to start by going on the internet and downloading two images. The first image I'm going to look for is a portrait with backlight. This is important because all of the areas that are dark are not going to show our background effect, and the areas that are light are going to show our background effect. And so I've gone ahead and downloaded this image here. I also looked up background effect. And I'm going to find something that I think would go well with my image, and I'm going to go ahead and take this light effect background. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I click and save it to my camera roll, and I've already gone ahead and done that. I'm now going to open Photoshop Mix, and in Photoshop Mix I'm going to start a new canvas. As you can see, I already have one in progress. I'm going to click the plus sign, and then I'm going to open a new project image, and I'm going to take my image that I saved from the internet. Next, I'm going to take my background effect and add it over my portrait that is backlit. As you can see, both of these images do not match. If this is the case for you, it is a simple fix. All you have to do is take both your fingers, and just like if you were to zoom on an image, you can enlarge this image. And I want to make sure that it covers the entire picture or photograph so that I don't have any weird effects, layover effects. Next, I'm going to do blend. And as you can see, I have a variety of options available to me. I'm going to use overlay in this case, and I'm also going to play with the opacity. So if you look next to the check mark, there's a weird little box with checkers on it. That is the opacity. And basically what that does is it plays with how strong the colors are. And so it can make it all the way transparent, or it can make it so that it blends with the image. I'm going to go about 80% for this image because I like how it's coming through. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to click my check mark, and I am done with this portion using Photoshop Mix. Next, I'm going to save this to my camera roll, and I'm going to click on the little box with an arrow pointing up, and then I'm going to send to camera roll. I'm going to wait for it to save. Once it's completed, I'm going to click OK. Next, I'm going to open the application Spark Post. And as you can see, I have a couple of examples that I've already started. I'm going to start a new one. I'm going to click on the plus down at the bottom, and then I'm going to open my photo that I saved by clicking on my photo library. I'm going to open up the image, and I'm going to add one. Next, it's going to ask me for the size of the canvas that I want. I'm okay with just a square Instagram post. So why don't we go ahead and start with that. I'm going to click here on a social post Instagram, and I'm going to click done. And already you can see that it's giving me a text option. This is great because now we can play with adding some text to our image. And so I'm going to go ahead and write what I would like my caption to be, and I'm going to write "Be the light." Okay. Gonna position my image here, but before I do anything else, I'm gonna click on the option font, and I'm gonna hold here so you guys can see where I'm clicking, and then I'm gonna be given a variety of cool fonts that I can play with. And so I'm gonna look through all of them, and I can also click on them just to see what they will look like. And so I really like scripty fonts, but I don't know if that's going to be the best option for this one. So I'm going to settle on that. If you guys want to adjust the size of your text box, click on any one of the green arrows, and then you can slide it down to reduce. It's going to scale it for you so you don't have to worry about getting it right. And then I'm going to use my finger to reposition it. Next, I'm gonna look for shapes. There's a variety of shapes that we can use. And so I know it's hard to tell right now, but I have added a shape there onto the background. I'm going to look through all of them and find something that I really like. And so I really like this cool little pattern here. I'm going to change the color because it's really, really hard to see here. Okay, I'm going to go with a lighter color. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to click done. If you want to have a variety of colors, you can always click on palette, and then you can have the suggested ones, which uses colors from the image, or you can play around with some decorative ones. And so if you look at the icons down at the bottom, you can do the shuffling of colors, which is quite nice. You can find something that you like, go with it. You can also adjust these colors. So go ahead and play with these a little bit if you want, but I like what I've got going on right now. I'm going to hit click done, and that is pretty much it for our tutorial. Go ahead and play with both Adobe Photoshop Mix and also Spark Post. These apps are really cool. One last thing before we go, there are some effects that you can add to your font, and just go ahead and play with them. Okay, thank you, class.